Good Thursday morning to you. Welcome to Morning Devotions. This morning, let me ask you a question. Are you in a hurry? Slow down. You'll live longer. Let me tell you the story behind that. There was an old man and his son who farmed a small piece of land. And several times a year, they would take their vegetables, put it in the ox-driven cart, and carry it to the nearby city, where they would sell their produce. That was a part of how they made their living. The old man was pretty relaxed. His son was maybe what we would have called a go-getter. He was always in a hurry. He just did not believe in taking it easy. So early one morning, they got up and hitched up the ox, put their produce in the cart, and started off towards the city. The young man had figured, if we go all day at a good pace and go all night, we'll get into the city early tomorrow morning in time to get us a good spot, and the early risers, the ones who always seem to pay better. So he was all set. Now he was driving the ox, and he was whacking it, doing his best to get that ox to speed up. And his father said, "Son, what are you doing?" And his son explained that he was trying to get the ox to go faster because they needed to get into town. They needed to get to the city. And his father said, "Son, slow down. You'll live longer." And with that, he pulled his hat down over his eyes and went to sleep. Well, 4 miles and 4 hours later, the father woke up. By the way, the son had never been able to get the ox to go any faster. He was going at ox speed. But as the father woke up and they were continuing, he saw a house right there next to the road, and he said, "Son, stop. This is your uncle, my brother. Let's stop and visit for a little while." The son rolled his eyes and said, "Dad, this is going to slow us down even more. We're already late." And his father said, "Son, my brother and I live close together, but it seems like we never get together. Let's take a little time and visit." And so for an hour, as the sun fumed, the two old men visited, laughing and talking about good times. Finally, the old man took the reins and told his son, "Okay, let's go on." And he began to lead the ox as they continued on. They came to a fork in the road, and to the right, the father was leading the ox. And the son said, "Dad, the left is a shorter way." And the father said, "I know it's shorter, but this way is more beautiful. Let's take this way." And the son just about had fit. He said, "I'm not interested in beauty. I'm interested in money. We need to hurry and get to the city." But the father said, "Son, slow down. You'll live longer. We're going to go through some beautiful country. Enjoy it." And they did go through some beautiful country. They went through a meadow that was just absolutely bursting with color from wildflowers. They came across a stream that was babbling, and just such a peaceful, relaxing sound. The father pulled over and said, "Son, let's sleep right here tonight." And the boy said, "Dad," and the father said, "We're staying right here." And so the father pointed out to his son, "Look at these beautiful stars. Listen to the sound of this stream. And the son could think of nothing but the fact that they weren't going to get to the city in a timely manner. Soon he heard his father snoring, but he was so worked up he could not go to sleep. A little while before sunrise, the young man woke his father, told him to wake up. We can get to the city before 8 o'clock. We'll get there early. We'll set up. Everything will be good. And the father got up and they hitched the ox again and off they went. They hadn't traveled more than a mile before they saw another farmer, a stranger, whose ox cart was in a ditch. And he was struggling trying to get it out. Son, let's stop and help him. Dad, no, it's the right thing to do. Someday you may be in a ditch and you will need help. So they stopped and they helped the farmer get his cart out of the ditch. Just as they were getting his cart out of the ditch, and the son was getting ready to get back on board their cart and head for the city, there was a loud, thunderous clap and a bright light. The father said to his son, "Looks like the city's getting quite a rainstorm." And the son replied, "If we had traveled the way I want to, we'd have already sold our goods and we would be getting ready to come home." Well, they traveled on, and it was that afternoon that they crested the hill that overlooked the city. And as they crested the hill, they stopped. And they both looked down, not saying a word. They stood there silently for several minutes. And the son reached over to his dad, put his hand on his shoulder and said, "Dad, I think I understand now." And they turned the ox cart around and made their way back from the city that used to be there, the city called Hiroshima. Slow down. You'll live longer. Have a great day.